We are now in the William E. Brock Rare Book Room of the Greenfield Library. The Rare Book Room contains about 2,800 volumes. The room is named after one of the donors who helped us renovate this building. The Greenfield Library itself is a former Hall of Records building for the state of Maryland. All of the books in this room were donated to the college. Many of the early books in the first collection from Reverend Thomas Bray were given because he himself wanted the college to be a resource for young people who were interested in the ministry. So this was a collection for pastors as well as for the general public. Thomas Bray was the Bishop's Commissary of Maryland and brought to this country collections, largely collections for various parishes, library collections. But what we have here is the first collection that were given to a public library for the purpose both of parish use and for the reading public. I think because he really wanted the public to become interested in and to study works that might lead to the ministry. This book here, I'll take out and show you. It says De Bibliotheca Annapolita on the cover. All of the Bray books had this on it or another inscription that identified them as volumes that were in the Library of Annapolis. This was given to the city of Annapolis in 1695, this collection. It then constituted about 1,100 books. And here we have the second kind of inscription. This one is the Sub Auspiciis Wilhelmina III. That is the second indication that this is from the Bray collection. What I love about these old books, of course, is what you see in the quality of the typeface and color. Next, we turn to the collection of Francis Scott Key. Now, Francis Scott Key, the author of the national anthem, is a graduate of the college from 1796. In those days, the college had a secondary school and went through college if you chose to do it. And he was at the school for 10 years. Took a long time to graduate in those days, but he did so long before he was 20 years old. One of the pieces that he wrote that has had some influence at the college was a discourse on education. It was delivered at St. Anne's Church in Annapolis after the commencement of St. John's College. I thought maybe I would just read a paragraph or two from it. Is fun. He's talking about the importance of a liberal education for all, not just for the wealthy. And he says, "There are and ever will be the poor and the rich, the men of labor and the men of leisure, and the state which neglects either, neglects a duty and neglects it at its peril, for whichever it neglects will be not only useless, but mischievous." Well, Francis Scott Key was a big speaker, and this particular discourse goes on for a few hours. Sometime shortly after my presidency, I received in the mail, unbidden, the will of Francis Scott Key from one of the descendants. This has been carefully preserved, and you'll see very fine handwriting of Francis Scott Key. It's a beautiful document, and of course it's rare. 1837 is the date of the will. Here is a book that has some importance to the college. This is a book given to the college as one of many by Alexandre Vaudemer. He was the founder of the Boston Library and also of the International Book Exchange. Well, that took some imagination, and it's kind of exciting to have a collection of books donated to the college around 1850. Again, all sacred texts, religious books, by the man who was the founder of the International Book Exchange. And this is a book of sacred hymns published in Paris. Once again, so many of these early books are all written and published in Latin. So it would be hard to say that there's any one thing that one would want to focus on, because there are early editions and early translations of some of these works that we have read at the college for a long, long time.